That Vine boom was loud as hell, but we got bigger fish to fry. As of right now, my most popular video on the channel is me going over those degenerate YouTube live streamers. The ones where it's an infinite loop of them doing something stupid like saying they're going to call 911 or they're going to put their hand in a crocodile full of thumbtacks. Well, not a real crocodile, the game, but if you watched my other video, you know what I mean. I was going to make another video and I was going to find so many clips of things to do, but then another thing came across my brain. As I was looking up these videos, I couldn't find any. I've spent a good 45 minutes looking for clips, and the best I could find are 3, like at maximum 30-second clips. And it made me think because I couldn't find it. I couldn't find any of these videos. So I have a feeling that what I've noticed a lot is most of these live streams are AI generated content. And with the new pushes with the YouTube terms of service, with how they're demonetizing AI made videos and just stuff like that, like, I don't know what to think about it. No, I support that, obviously, but I feel like that's causing these live streamers to make a bunch of different moves that usually they wouldn't do. Because in my other video I made, a lot of these live streamers actually kept those videos up after. But now, as I'm looking, like, the channels are deleted, the videos are gone, wiped off the face of the earth. And then that's really all I have to think about for that. But back to a second part on this degenerate live streamers. So again, as we talked about in the last video, these live streams are engineered basically to make a kid as hooked as possible on these videos, you know? And what we see throughout all of these clips is AI generated music about brain rots, you know? So right now, the biggest kids movies right now are K-pop Demon Hunters. That's it. That's really all I could think of right now. But then in this live stream that I'm about to show you, it's some guy doing an obby, right? And it's just completely overstimulating, and it's just like I felt my brain genuinely fry as I was watching it. Just check it out.
Espressiona signora, tigruli, grape, fruttuni, orangutini, ananasini, bom, 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 bibini, gussini, zebra, zubra, zebraline, zebra, zubra, zebraline.
I just have to say it again. Having to screen record that on my phone was probably the stupidest thing I've done today. Just the fact that I had to sit there and screen record this is embarrassing. But we do it for the content, you know? Now, I just felt my brain fry as I watched that again through editing. But if you guys are familiar with the channel, then this is not the first time we've heard such a masterpiece like this before. Well, not a masterpiece, it's just complete and total AI slop, but it follows the same formula that we've looked over in the previous video, where literally just Roblox. That's all it is. Roblox, 6-7 equals band, brain rot soda pop rendition, the whole 9. Just complete and total internet landfill. And now what I've been seeing a lot lately is just this moving into Minecraft and Fortnite and stuff. Well, we did review some Minecraft stuff, but I couldn't really find the best clip for that. But this one that I'm about to show you, that's gonna make up for that whole fiasco last video. Just check this shit out. Now we've had that intrusive thought in the back of our heads where we're just like, okay, let me place as much TNT as I can and then blow it up, right? But this live stream takes it to a whole other level, right? That's like some nuclear TNT out of a mod, right? And a kid's gonna see that and be like, holy crap, they're playing a brain rot song and they're filling up the world with TNT. And on the screen, it's telling me to comment, right? So what do you think they're gonna do? They're gonna sit there, they're just gonna comment the same thing over and over again and wait for the TNT to blow up. Now, the reason why I want to go over this is not because... The reason why I want to go over this is 2 things. A, shit like this is just frying kids' brains. And I don't mean in a sense of like they're going to genuinely turn into be stupid people, but it's just... I was a kid once, obviously we all were. I don't want to say it like that, but I used to watch like the stupidest shit ever. And it just felt like such a waste of time looking back at it now. Like, if I had to sit there and have my brain convince me that I had to watch freaking Triple T fill up his Minecraft world with TNT, I would be like, holy crap, there's no way we did that. But a lot of the kids right now are doing it, and especially with like how much an iPad and just technology in general is used for the newer generations. It's just, while it's not my space to speak since I'm not a parent or anything, not yet, but it's just a lot of children are being raised through technology, and I feel like if that's how you're going to raise your kid, then it should be better regulated on how they are exposed to different content and stuff. Because on one hand, while it doesn't have to be like straight education, like they could be entertained, but then when stuff like this is literally being made to like weaken their dopamine sensors so they just get absolutely hooked onto their iPad and don't find anything else enjoyable, then I believe that's when it becomes a problem. And then that's just one issue I want to talk about. The second issue that we have to get to is what this does for the creator, right? So the creator makes a boatload of money off of this. Now, I'm not the biggest on AI myself. I did some research and I looked up how much money a channel like this could be making, right? Streaming 24/7 nonstop is bringing these creators in thousands of dollars. And I'm going to cover it in my next video since I recorded this one after the whole thing happened. But this situation has been starting to be covered by really big creators like Moist Critical. And this really started to blow up after a video by Jax Films came out talking about all these streamers and stuff. And while he went into a lot of detail about even stuff that I just said, even though I wasn't in the video because I have fucking 10 subs, but he really covered like all the things that these streamers were doing, dono farming, and basically came down to fraud. And then, yeah, that's just became one of the really big things of right now. And I'm going to make a future video about that. But before I go, I want to leave off with just one more video. It's not that crazy, but again, it's just more YouTube content farming. Here we go. And this video is really going to bring me to my last part. And it's like what stuff is being exposed on these kids' side of the internet. So in that clip, you see Squid Games, right? Easy. It's an 18+ show on Netflix. Like people... And just having bots constantly rerun the stream over and over again. Now, what if I were to tell you guys that these people were rolling in dough? I'm talking like super chats from these kids that think something big is going to happen. Ad revenue, that's the big one. Ad revenue is a majority of a creator's earnings. Donations, and then just engagement. Now, one stream alone I've seen can bring in a lot of money. But then I remember I was crunching the numbers at the end, seeing how much like a creator like this would usually do within the CPM and the niche and stuff. What I calculated on the high end, I'm talking like multiple thousands of viewers concurrent per stream. They're bringing anywhere from like 15 to 20 grand a month. Now, the average 9-to-5 worker makes around $55,000 in a year. They would make that in 3 months. And now I'm not saying that like streaming is harder or anything. I definitely think streaming is like one of the easiest jobs you can get into. The only real thing is like the mental, like, oh, I have to be on 24/7 all day. But, oh, shit, a person working their ass off in a field where the job market isn't doing really that good right now, and then a person rerunning AI-generated shorts and live streams for kids' engagement. I just don't even know. That's all I really want to talk about that. But it's just the fact that this is just getting worse and worse in terms of live streams, and the way that they're like going through all these loopholes to make their streams undiscoverable on the search engine, and how it would really just come naturally from the scroll. I feel like that's one of the biggest problems right now, especially when I was trying to find these videos. But everything right now has just become straight AI live stream slop. But before we go, I just want to bring up one more video so you guys could just look at it again. You know, it's beautiful. That video honestly just explains itself. Bro is making mad money while he's sleeping. Alright, that's all I gotta say. Bye.